You're fine.
Rob
Okay.
said he's gonna be coming today.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have to go and get started. 12:03.
All right, so we are going to get started. It is 6:01, and I'm going to call to order the Multicultural Task Force meeting for January 8th. And Rob, come on in. We're just now getting started. And as I just kind of some quick reminders, first of all, welcome everybody. We've got the owl back up and running, so he will be reporting everyone. So when you're speaking, make sure you talk nice and loud for the owl. Restrooms are right over here, back behind Anna. So if you need to step out, please do. So that's kind of, any more housekeeping, Sandy?
I don't think so.
All right, so right now you should have received your minutes. Sandy emailed those out. You guys take a look at just to kind of that recap the December meeting. So at this time, I'm going to ask if we kind of spend a few minutes if anybody wants to look over there again, if they have any questions. Now's the time to any clarification, something that maybe was not spelled out in the minutes there, but now it's just spend just a couple seconds looking through those and see if anybody, and then we will call for an approval. So.
Everyone did receive the agenda and the minutes?
Yes.
And you received the minute, and I included the minutes from the last ones you didn't get, so I would have it for your records. Okay. Did you drop it in the same Dropbox? The updated one in the Dropbox?
All right, if everybody's had a chance to take a look, and no one
We sent two
voiced any questions or concerns, at this time, I am going to call for a vote to approve the December minutes. Can I have a motion to approve, please? May I get a second? That was Anna, the first motion. A second there, okay?
Okay.
All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, minutes pass, and then you and I will do our little signing dance a little bit later. Something quickly before we get into the committee updates and everything. April 6th, is that the boards and commission dinner?
Yes.
April 6th,
The
so
weekend.
you guys will be invited to that. That's the city's annual boards and commission dinner. It will be at our newly unveiled event center at the
You'll be the
historical.
first
Center.
one.
Ooh, we're all gonna break it in that night. Yes. So yes, so be on the lookout for that. I don't know when those,
I received my.
Save the date.
notification in the mail. Yes.
well, then you're on it. So you guys know about it. All right, I'll be quiet. But anyway, look forward to seeing you
April
that night and we all celebrate and thank you all for your time and everything. Actually, that's what, a couple weeks right after the event.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we can have our wrap up there. All right, so I'm gonna move on to committee updates, and a lot has, I was just kind of telling those that came in a little bit earlier. It's been a slow go, but it's starting to pick up as far as from an entertainment and programming standpoint, but there's still some kind of say not some uncertainty, but we have 6 hours that we programmed this event from 11 a.m. to 5, and you're looking at an average of 4 to 5 groups per hour is kind of what we were projecting. And initially, we had said we were not going to have like a closing musical act. We may bring that back to the table just because the groups that the participation is it's coming in. It's just there's some uncertainty right now whether we have enough acts and performances to fill 6 hours of programming and that many. And by bringing in a band, for example, to close out the event, that's 90 minutes there. That's so that gives you a good block of programming time that we may have to do. I don't know that. I just want to throw that back out because that was one of the first things we talked about is no, we didn't want to go that route this year. We wanted to do more of the performances, and that's still our goal. But as we our deadline is February 9th, just FYI, so you know that for all of our applications. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to take them after that date, if it makes sense, and something drops in our lap, and we'll still, try and program things in. To date, we've had about 7 or 8 groups or submit applications that want to perform. There's probably over a dozen, maybe up to 15 more groups I've been in contact with that are interested. That I just got to, the follow-up, the holidays are over, just getting back with them. What we're finding is a lot of these groups, maybe one or two actually have a paid staff. It's really volunteer driven. And they're interested, they got to go back to their board, their organization. Sometimes it's a formal group. Sometimes it's just a Facebook page of 500 followers from a certain country. We're just finding out a lot as we're going through here. And certainly could have benefited from more time. It is what it is. This thing's gonna be great, but we're just maybe having to tweak a little bit. But the interest, the groups are coming in. I just spoke to the Dragon Dance team today. So there is interest in what we're doing. It's just now bringing it all together and getting people, as we say, across the finish line, getting their paperwork. I've got to get a W-9, I've got to get their application. There's a process to this, but it is coming together. If you still have ideas on, I know Elizabeth just today just gave us an idea for some performers, please keep feeding them to us.
I haven't seen anything on social media, like a call for artists or call for performers.
I don't think we've done that.
No, it was something I was going to talk with Rachel about, and because the event's been posted, so it's just right now with their rec page is going to be so consumed with FOIA. I'm afraid it'll get lost. So we'll put it out there. Hope maybe we can possibly do it this coming week and just see what we can get and what people might respond to that. And then, because we'd also talked when we get back down to Jana and Rob on the welcome thing too, because that was something we were going to do a call for, depending upon how many people we could get themselves. So when we get to that, we can have that conversation as well.
Yeah, we have put out calls for vendors though. Me and Quinn have
On social
on
media?
vendors, on vendor pages
if
and
they-
social media
On the Farmers Branch Moms or?
on a variety of groups and sites. So we've worked on that over winter break.
So we've got, it's pretty diverse. I'm looking here at some of the organizations from Germany, from Latin America, from India. So it's from China. So it's been a good broad spectrum of interest. And like I say, we have been talking to a lot of groups. I've had phone conversations just recently, just today, as a matter from the Chinese dancers I was saying. So it's just now getting it to come together. But I did want to throw that out there. We may, from a programming standpoint, have to book an act at the night to close out for 90 minutes, just because to fill the time in, as we say. But I won't know that till it gets a little bit closer. But it's starting to come together. Kind of segueing into the educational and demonstration part of this. What we were hoping is that these groups that would participate would have other ways they want to participate in the event through education, demonstration. We may not get that in 2024. It may just be a 2025 thing, because I think we're going to be lucky just to get groups to come out and perform on stage for 20 minutes. Having them staff a booth all day or do demonstrations, we're certainly going to try. It's just, I think the reality of the timing of the event and getting the groups to participate, we may not have a lot of educational demonstrations like we had wanted. Not to say that to discourage, but we're going to keep trying for that. It's just right now, filling out that stage is going to be the main priority on that one. So that being said, any questions, any concerns? All right. This time, who's next on the?
So Jana, what do you do? Just to get an update.
Who's been working hard, visiting, doing a lot of great things with the core committee. And so how are we doing there? I know you've been working hard.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed going to ABC Party and have incredible pinata. And the one I sent you a picture of had like cones sticking out of it. She would just make it a spear.
Mhm.
It was about $600. It's pretty expensive, but it's huge. It was huge. And I sent Jeff a picture for when we get candy down. So I think we're gonna go with that,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yes.
And then there were also some rounds with flat on both sides, which she was thinking of doing, the glow colors on either side of the streamers or whatever. Or we do the flags that are in a globe from Amazon. They're all the flags of the world on these globes. So that's just something we need to decide Amazon will probably be cheaper.
Right, right.
In the, paper mache on the side. So that was really fun. As far as the, saying welcome in all the different countries, I do have a girl at Vickery Meadows, Vickery Meadows Youth Department Foundation. She said we can come. We have permission to, video the children and some of the parents saying their languages, saying welcome in their languages. But I think it would be also super cool if they had maybe a paper with it written in their language as well. So to see how beautiful these languages are that we don't know how to say. But what I would love to see, and I don't know if this is possible, is if we had a backdrop, so this children and the parents could stand in front of the backdrop with either Farmers Branch logo or the globe. So it's not a brick wall or, you know, gives some continuity to, once again, showing this is a Farmers Branch or the
You
globe.
talking about like a step and repeat banner type thing?
Like, you know how,
Or-
instead of like this big wall here, someone saying like, if we had a big, canvas of
Okay,
the, either Farmers Branch or the globe.
Get
So the kids, and then it's something we can use at the event as well.
Mhm.
I
okay.
don't know how expensive that is, I didn't look into that. It was because I was like, it's just a thought.
No, I like it and
It gives more, as much as we can put out our name and the globe, I love that idea. People just sing that over and over.
Jenna, can you tell me the name of that organization again?
Yes, and I will send you it as well. Vickery Meadow Youth Development Foundation. ILAD works with them often. And, I'll get with Rob, I think Mark and Rob and I could go down together. She's saying a Thursday night, like after school. That's when these kids come to the development center. They're learning language, our languages. And so it's a beautiful time to get parents and students. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
no, I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So either like if we could do something like the club, or if you already have, I know when I worked here, we had a big, like a banner at Farmers Branch.
We've done step and repeat banners, which is basically a lot, the farmer's brand and the gateway to the globe. It's just repeating over and over. That's kind of a simple thing to do. That's a
Yeah.
banner that,
Yeah.
and we have the frame for that. That can be put up at the event. We've done it for other, Bluegrass has one, pretty much all of our events
Yes.
have one.
Okay,
It's just for photo ops. That's all it is. And for people to stand in front of. Is that kind of what you're
yes,
thinking? Okay,
exactly.
all right.
Thank you. So maybe if you need me to do any more.
No, just now that I know, because we've got a list of things that our graphic artist needs to start putting together and working on. And that's just adding to the list, things that will go on the stage, but that's great. You and I can just meet offline about this
Yeah.
because we need to start ordering, start spending some money and start getting that stuff
And I-
ordered in.
Right now, I'm backing away. I have a bazillion commitments, but I'm backing away from one, and so I would be a runner for you as well.
Okay.
That was fun going to vision.
So Jana, do you happen to have an idea of how many different possible languages we're talking about?
She didn't give me a number,
Okay,
but we're probably talking more Middle Eastern, languages, probably, some India, Iraq. I should have asked her. That's a great one. So I will ask.
so because we just have to figure out, here's the thing we need to figure out is if, couple of things, and Rob, you can give your input on this. If we wanted to try to, because you'd even mentioned something about possibly they may even be in some of their
Yes.
their clothing that's based on their country. So if we have that piece, then we have to get all other people's languages. And then how do we make that happen for people to, are people going to take the time to come to you and you have the backdrop and it all be
Right.
consistent?
So I got a shout out even in Farmers Branch that said, you come to the rec center a certain night. We had a lot of
Mhm.
African American church not too far away. You guys certainly can speak your language if you have your dialect and rest. And I mean, I'm thinking about the people just across the hall right here,
Mhm.
that are doing taekwondo and
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi. Thank you.
Even that, a Tai Chi demonstration is pretty amazing.
Mhm.
I mean, they're very.
We've
So
got
we
a
could, Ron and I
martial
can work on that as
Yeah.
well. I know I've got a couple of friends and, we definitely want to expand if we a veteran that's Cherokee Indian.
So when you say a Thursday, do you have a date in mind?
She just said, here's the time, and I
Okay.
wanted to get with Rob,
Okay,
and we, mark
so we
it
just
off.
need to order a step and repeat.
Okay.
So I have, yeah, she just said any Thursday, just get back with her, but I wanted to bring it to you guys first. She also has she said she's willing to do it on her iPhone, and I'm like, I just really want it to be really professional, and I know Rob would bring that level up. She has 5 different languages represented on their digital ambassador in the computer health center where the kids come in. But once again, I don't know what the background is for that. And so I'll email her again. She was out of pocket for a few days for the holidays, just getting back together. And then just all the other things. We love the idea that Jeff had of the huge map with a fork behind it and push pins where our heritage, where we come from, you know, not just farmer friends, but where did we really come from? And the banners, the flags, chalk art, flags. And then I did find on Amazon the map of the world. Those kind of things. And kids could really learn. And even today, my 2-year-old granddaughter was, that's cool, knowing where they came. And then she looked at the map, and then my 6-year-old was going, oh, look, there's Asia. She's not reading yet. You know, she's just 6 and in school. But anyway, that's cool. Of course, the T-shirts, the tattoos. They also had the conversational cards that I found. I think I showed you all this last time with all the flags. It's a great education for the kids to see and remember. And even if they Google it or they turn it over, they're learning. That's what we want, everyone to be educated. And then really would love, and I don't mind taking spearhead on this, I would love to see our schools get involved with artwork. What is the nation's meaning? What does being multicultural mean to you? Or where's your, just to see what kind of artwork we can come up with. It might be too quick, but I know in years past I've helped vote on some with Maria on some of the artwork for different events, and it was really fun.
See, I envision like when the event center comes online next
Yes.
year, that you could go in there and see artwork and things that's protected. It's not out in the elements. I see that coming online
Okay.
that's a great venue to host something like what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then I did send you a picture of the table with all the different woods from all the world, and then I got to thinking it was a small table. Wouldn't it be neat if it was a spear? And that might be something for in the future as well. And then the Cultured Cup, they just have said, man, Saturdays are their busiest day. That's when they get their biggest business. But you guys really need to go check them out. They're phenomenal. And maybe we'll see them next time.
All right, we'll connect and start ordering and I mean, we're talking about centerpieces. So there's quite a few things that we've been talking about. We're gonna start really pushing out now that and with Rachel, our graphic artist, and getting things finalized and working on that.
And
Okay.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my biggest days, so Monday, Thursday, Friday.
And I'm sorry, I skipped right over you with children's area. Y'all, we announced that Anna was gonna be spearheading the children's component of the event. And just talking before, we're gonna give her a budget to do that with as things are getting more tweaked. And as we're walking through the process here, and so I'll have a number for you tomorrow, but thank you very much for taking that on. And
Yeah, and I think a lot of like things we were talking about, like educational wise, and stuff that you were talking about, we're kind of incorporate together and hopefully, be able to stay within budget or maybe lower than budget. So that way, like it's interactive with the kids, but it's also like for everyone as well.
well, thank you again for taking that on.
Are live animals something not to be of interest? You were talking about animals from around the world.
It's a map that has, all like in Africa, the big 5, or whatever, each continent, Australia.
So we had the Dallas Zoo come out to one of maybe a vacation Bible school that I organized at Mary Immaculate came out once, and I didn't think they were that expensive.
Okay.
And they came out and they had like they had like cool animals, not, like cool animals.
And
that
yellow
you-
bunny. Not a bunny. and-
Like a goat, yeah, like a goat.
And the kids really, they really loved that a lot. And I don't remember how much it cost, but I remember thinking like, oh, that wasn't that bad. I didn't think it was that expensive.
Was this recently or?
No, it was before the pandemic. It
Oh,
was,
it was?
yeah.
Okay.
It's been-
There's also a group that Mansky has come to the library that does animal demonstrations from around the world as well. They come about every summer, so.
Oh, that would be a
And
good
then The
one.
last couple years.
We got a new
Is it-
director over there now, right?
What's that?
There's a new director over there.
Oh, okay.
Library.
Yes. Oh, they heard him already? Oh, wow, that's fast.
Okay, so animals, all right, just making my notes here.
Well, that would just tie in with what she's, her map. It seems like that would tie in well.
And that would be a demonstration.
Mhm.
And it would tie in with the
Especially if
kids
they're
there.
from around the world, that's even cooler because we normally have a petting zoo, but it's always the same old chicken, you know? The fluffy headed.
True, I mean, we're city people. and
Yeah.
Our kids don't ever see that stuff.
So, but I can see like a koala would be like really cool, you know? I don't know if they have that, but that'd be fun.
Yeah, I can ask the
Oh, see,
children's
right there.
director who they had come out. I have the notes in my email.
It's a 45-minute program to an hour.
Okay,
If you're 0 to 20 miles away from the zoo, it's $350.
Oh,
I'll email you the link.
yeah, please do. All right.
And
is that different than the one you're familiar with?
It's different.
Okay, maybe we'll look at both and see which one has the better options for the different animals.
All right, I think that kind of wraps up the entertainment committee. Sandy, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
So, marketing had a meeting today, minus Sandy, because Sandy had a brain fart. Apologize profusely. So I'm actually gonna kind of let you guys give an update in regards to kind of what happened and then we can give just a recap. He's still eating. So really, I don't know what all was covered today. I mean, really, we're gonna try to get together and just see where we stood on most things in regards to our marketing. The number one thing that's been worked on is actually by Rob, and Rob has been working on a promotional video, and I will need that, Chuck, because I didn't see an email.
They didn't send an email?
I didn't see it.
Our meeting earlier today was basically just getting the plan out for when we're gonna start getting like yard signs out and like really getting into like our, communities and HOAs and things like that, putting out flyers and things like that, really kind of getting a starting point on that. We were thinking maybe around February 19th or 26th to really get those flyers out, because that's about a month before. And, we were gonna touch base with Sandy to see if that was an okay timeline.
Well, our plan is to have the signs, yard signs and flyers by next meeting. So that you
Okay.
can have those in hand. And then,
Okay,
but there is that window. You don't want to put them out too early.
Right.
It, a month out is ideal, but yes, our plan is to try and have those for you guys.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how many signs we're gonna be ordering. We have to, maybe 500, so we'll just spread them out amongst the group and you guys just put those out. We'll target a date as to when we want to see those out in the street. I think the plan was the city would handle the medians.
Yes.
And
It's all
city
the city
property.
property.
Okay.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
we're not asking that of you guys because
well, all city
we're
property.
out there playing Frogger.
Okay,
So
okay.
Yes, we will handle that.
we have our orange
Reached
vest
out
on.
to some of the schools and businesses about if they were okay with us putting signs up as well. And we were gonna touch base with you later this week about like the guidelines and rules for like that, just to
Okay.
make sure we're following all the guidelines with, the marketing and stuff for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
When you say flyer, are we talking an 8.5 by 11 or are you talking more of a like 11 by 17, something that go in a store window?
8.5 by 11.
8.5 by
Yeah,
11?
the smaller
Okay.
one, likely to let you put it up, I
Yeah,
think, if
yeah.
it's smaller. And then even if we're not getting a whole lot of like churches that are wanting to participate, maybe they would at least be willing to post it on their bulletin board. So even if you drop them off, I mean, it may or may not make it on the bulletin board, but it's an inexpensive thing for us to try.
Right.
And then if we can get into some of the HOAs and maybe even they'd be willing to put it in their newsletters, or even, in the subdivision, that would be,
Yeah.
but we just can't we can't do that. They'll let you do that. That would be, anyway, we can get the word out. And we will start pushing on social media, and we'll start thinking about what makes the most sense when we meet with the marketing manager in regards to, Facebook digital will be the main way we go, as we discussed before. We do, I think that list I gave you last time, Peach Jar is what we're probably gonna do as well, because that's a great way for us to be all the parents to find out about the event as well. So we're just kind of,
that is the school flyers that we pay. There's a service, it's like $900. And it gets you in all the weekly packet the kids take home. I believe that's.
what's an email? They don't
It's
take any
email.
physically home anymore. That's
Sorry,
what,
old school.
yeah.
All right.
They won't let you do that anymore because their folders were too big. Everybody was sending their stuff home.
Okay.
So it's an email that goes out to the parents that will be in there. So, and then if y'all want, you'll have to turn your chairs for everyone on this side, because I'm gonna play he gave,
Like an official save the date that's come out. I haven't seen anything on social media.
well, the event was posted on social media. Okay, so he gave 2 options. So let's see.
And please give me your feedback of if you see something missing or whatever, or need something more, let me know.
Oh, it's not wanting to play.
It might take a while to download.
Okay. Oh, here we go. That one. All right. Do y'all need to see those again? I know those was one viewing. Did you guys see?
Are we voting on which we like the best, or?
Or just give me your feedback of, you like number 1 better than 2, you like 2 better than 1, or could you incorporate something from 1 into 2, or?
Yeah, the music was a different music. So the one he sent last time was a more,
Peppy?
yeah, he changed it. The one he
Yeah,
sent me, he
that's right.
changed.
Well, we showed,
Yeah, the one that we saw earlier.
Yeah, it was,
yeah,
Oh, Calypso, what?
yeah, it was,
yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, I showed it to them at our meeting today, and it was we really liked it.
So let's see. This one is a little bit, this one wasn't as fast. This is the one you sent me before.
Okay. There it is. Yeah,
Just too fast.
a little bit too fast.
Yeah, I told you we could, because if we have 30 seconds, this is only 18.
Well, that's why I told G, I said, how did you get that 18? And so, yeah,
Because we
like,
could slow it. This, I like
yeah.
to.
So we just need to add a little bit more footage on like the globe, coming in from the globe, the universe, and
So that's
yeah.
a question to ask. Do you guys like the more of this, of it coming all the way in with the world, with showing the space? I just want, my only concern was I want them to understand it's, I don't want them to focus on the space, like space. So just imagine this with the other music. That's when it's,
yeah, we can take that part out there.
yes.
Take that part, and then now right there,
Oh, sorry.
cut, so we could edit that.
But I think you go back to this one, the one that y'all sent me with the new music. Where'd you go? Y'all see, I'm a woman. I have all these tabs open. Can you tell? I don't know where it went. Okay, I don't know where it took off on me, guys. So give me a second. So do we have any, so we can talk about some other updates while I look for this? And y'all can kind of give your feedback on that, and we can also send it to you,
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
y'all can-
I'll send it to everybody.
and y'all can review it. So that last one that we showed, what I had asked you was, could we slow down the front? Because it goes by, the multicultural goes by so fast, and then slow down where all the pictures of the different
Yeah,
are
yeah.
coming in.
Okay,
And then at the end, the only thing in the end, and it looked different, but I think he chose that color because of me, but I do think it's a little hard to read FB special events in that,
The teal color?
in that teal.
yeah, we changed it to green, the green.
Yeah.
One of those shows the green and everything, looked better.
And I think there's a comma after Saturday too.
Okay,
Saturday, March 23rd.
Here, I got it back up. We'll watch it again.
And I liked how Margaret is outlined and then they show where the events.
Yeah, I like that. I love it.
Would it be possible, because I noticed the, when you'll see like little pins for like Home Depot, Sam's Club, and then they disappear. Is there any way to completely take them out?
I'll check with the editor, yeah.
Okay, so here we'll go again. And I could pause it anywhere y'all like. So if you wanted to be able to,
That one has a comma.
So I think that's not the one that he was using. I think that's the one before you did the change.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the blue background too. That looks nice.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem with the blue background, you can't see the
the
logo.
logo, the logo bleed. Yeah, I agree.
So when we had the green
I
one,
wonder if you could do the
you
yellow.
can see it.
I wonder if you could do the yellow, and the yellow would, that might pop. Pull the yellow from the globe, but then again, the yellow might blend in with the yellow.
Yeah, yeah. No, the green looked good. If you can find, I think that was the second one, the green. I kind of like that as the intro. Yeah, I like that intro there. Eliminate this right here. Get rid of that. And now start focusing here. Make the picture stay longer.
It definitely need longer.
Yeah. And you can read that better with the green background there. And we didn't want to know, would you like to have the City of Farmers Branch logo there too, or just the logo of the
I would just have the gateway to globe, and if you want the farmer's branch, maybe just have it smaller.
smaller down in the left corner or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
So we're targeting 30 seconds for this.
30
yes.
seconds.
That's that, and
Mhm.
just one video, or, we said,
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
just one for 30 seconds, okay?
Yeah. Okay, we can polish off tomorrow. I'll send it to you.
Okay,
So this would.
I'll send it to everybody tomorrow morning, to everybody.
because we
Just
can,
a couple, and just
We can get
write
this
back a little
REO.
feedback of what you guys like.
Okay,
Yeah.
So-
because you would end up having
Yeah.
two videos altogether, the one from Rob and then the one Jen and Rob are gonna do.
right,
Yeah.
with the welcome, yes.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So this one would go on our website.
So we put it on the website, we put it on social media. It's because it's 30 seconds. You can also, I don't think I think they expanded stories to 30 seconds.
Is it a lot of work? Is it a lot of work to get maybe some kids to say welcome in different languages?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, that's what-
No,
yeah, that's-
I didn't know that. Yeah, written as well. I'm gonna go to this, Vickery Youth, Vickery Meadow Youth. I don't know if you guys know, there's 30,000 refugees in Vickery. And, we will get plenty of languages. But, hopefully children and families, they can speak another language, but I'm not, I can speak in tongues. And then, having, Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, that they would be having their handwriting welcome in their handwriting. So, and then if we do need other languages, then maybe Rob and I could, figure out something.
Yeah.
Your office or here.
Yeah, we got some flexibility.
Home.
These offices are awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for this together.
Oh, good, we have some outfits. And your parents, they were in, they could do jumbo mile.
Okay, so if you, let me ask you this, because I'll talk to REO and see, but with the, if they wanted to put it on Insta, can you make it for Instagram and for Facebook?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
You can send me both of those.
I'll send you both of those.
So next meeting, yard signs and flyers. And we need.
Oh, let me put that down real
Sufficient
quick.
quantity for everybody.
And I went ahead and Quinn, you mentioned this earlier, but I went ahead and put in here that you gave an update on the cultural based churches and that you're waiting for some of them to call you back.
All right, so section, mark of the food, talk about.
Yes, so we'll talk about food. Let's see, put this just here just real quick. Fires. Yard signs. So the one thing I'm gonna say about the yard signs, and I know everyone has really good intentions, if you take them, please put them out.
Yeah.
Because we don't want them to end up, you turn around and you're like, oh, whoops, I've got 20 of those in my garage, So, or for some reason you just can't, maybe you coordinate with some other people on the committee to say, hey, I'm not going to have the time. Can you guys get these out around town?
I mean, we, just for reference, we put about, 150 out just for Denton Drive Live. That's how many we, in the city, in the medians and parks, and places that we're just blanketing. So that's kind of, what we just take a day off and just go hit all that stuff. So that's kind of gives you an idea of how many. It's a lot going out there in the streets, but it's fun.
Okay, so at this point, I have 3 that are already scheduled for us, and I feel confident we'll get 7. I'm actually going to shoot for 10 is what I'm going to shoot for. Food trucks, sorry. And so right now we have Italian, we have Japanese, and then we have their name of their truck is Halle Mother Trucker. So, and then I've got several people who've reached out that are interested. I just got to get all their stuff in order. And that I have a Korean truck, a Thai and Vietnamese. I'm still working on getting a truck for burgers to represent American culture. And then a Caribbean Cajun. I'm working on a Mexican food truck as well. Is going to be easy for me. We tried to find an English fish and chips truck, but unfortunately, if it's Hook, they don't do special events. They don't need to. They don't need to because they can go pull up in Tractor Supply and park and sell. They just don't. They said they hope to add. I just talked to them. He said they hope to add events eventually, but they're not doing it now. They're so good. And then we thought we had a Greek truck, but we found out when a lot of the searches we've done that a lot of them died after COVID. So they just didn't make it through COVID. So we're still working on possibly a Greek and a German truck. So hopefully we'll get that. If not, I think we'll still have a good representation.
But by all means, if you're out and about, please send us stuff. Or if you see something, just take a picture, send it to us, and word of mouth is probably the best way that we're finding things. And you want to talk to them and just go ahead and ask them, hey, are you open this date? Just see if they're interested and ask them if they have the Dallas County permit. That trumps everything. So,
and we are seeing a bigger list coming from Dallas County. So they're starting to feed through. So that's really good. It's just that obviously when I'm trying to book out Hoya, I'm looking at every truck, right? Right now, we're focused on foods that are representing cultures. So, and then as far as going down now to applications too, we have 14 total vendor applications. I'm working through each of those. And then Jeff had 9 performers. And then I think people actually just haven't filled out their applications for him. And I think we had 1 for the fashion show. I don't think the fashion show will probably happen this year, but I definitely think it's something that once we get our feet wet this year and we kind of get more traction, I think we can add that down the line. And then so I know that Elizabeth I had to resend to all of you. I'm not sure why Google Forms decided y'all had a limited permission and I had to reinstate you. Can you all get in again into the document?
Code then again.
Okay, so let me know if for some reason you come across something and you can't get into that form, I don't want that to frustrate you. So just email me and I'll just add it. And in that way, we're documenting who everyone's talking to.
And what's the cutoff date for people applying to have a booth and a table?
So it is February 9th, but I will most likely extend that because we want a full park, right? So I've taken Christmas vendors up the week of. So it just depends on how many tents I have left. And then also Jeff and I talked today because we're getting people applying that are more commercial. And so like, for instance, I got a floor company. Well, I'm going to reach out and most likely put them on a waiting list because what we want to fill those booths with first is, countries and cold, so not to say because they're $300 booths. So we also have like a law firm who's an immigration lawyer. They wanted to come, but they put they're a nonprofit. So I'm like, okay, I have a phone call into them to find, are you really a nonprofit or are you, so, because otherwise they would fall in the commercial lane.
We're trying to get Vickery & Co. because she has the refugees, the women sell clothing, and I mean, beautiful clothing, she has jewelry, she has the Hope t-shirt. And again, she's been out, but she's very interested, but I'm gonna push them for the February date and say, especially since they are nonprofit,
Yes.
maybe they could mingle with ILAD, International Literacy and Economic Development. If that would be okay, if they could kind of.
We've had people do that before, share booth space before. We run into a situation today where we had 2 Ukrainian groups apply.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, do we want 2 Ukrainian? That's what Jeff was saying. Is there any way we can have them like come together? So I'm going to call one of them. Already talked to the other one. I'm going to talk to and just say, what is the correlation between the two of you? One is a society and one is a club. So is there any way we could, y'all could conquer and work together? So it's interesting though, because we have 2 of one and we have almost 0 of others. So I'm like,
What is the max number of vendors that we can have?
well, I think we said 40.
Around 40. That's
That's how many
us-
tents we have.
That's us providing the tent, which was the idea, is that we wanted all white tents, all
Yeah.
clean, crisp look. But that'll be a call, if there's only 20, 25 vendors, do we start letting commercial vendors in? What does that do to the event? You have a flooring company out there, next thing you know, I don't know, I'm kind of, as I think I mentioned the very first meeting, this is not something that the city's looking to make money off of, sacrifice the $300 booth fee because we don't want home decor out there or gutters or timeshare selling kind of things. I hope that makes sense what we're saying here. It's gotta be,
The event.
it's gotta be a good fit. It's gotta make sense and we want it to,
I mean, and I can see I can see why an immigration lawyer would want to come to something like that. It's just that,
well, we saw them at the Plano Bloom Festival,
Yes,
Plano
and-
International Festival.
and that's how
So-
and so I'm sure that's one of the reasons that they, and they look for those opportunities. So it's just, that makes way more sense to me because to me that the flooring company's falling into a sponsorship aspect and we weren't really taking sponsors this year for the event. Or if we do, even in the future, I think we would want them to make sense as well. So
So I just want to clarify, when you have a tent, do you also get a table or is a
No.
table separate? Is a table? how much-
they would bring their own tables and chairs.
We would have a tablecloth. For the table,
Um,
to keep it.
What we
Uniform.
found is, what I've seen at other events is like the Plano one, the group, this country, had their own table. They're so
Oh,
beautifully
okay.
decorated
yeah.
that
Okay.
they took it and ran with it. So I don't
Yeah.
want to have to provide, if they've got their own look that they're trying to identify with. So other than us providing the white tent, the hours 11 to 5 should not need lights. We'll have basic electricity for them to
Okay.
hook up to. So, but they bring their own.
We want to show how they've been helping people like Togo and all over the world and even here, helping people. That's what my husband does. He's helping these men that come over who are incredibly intelligent to start businesses.
Mm.
And so, and one of the girls there, she's going to be a doctor and We've got, Farouk has an incredible bakery from the Middle East and some more, you know, maybe I could, he doesn't have a food truck, but maybe he could have a
Well,
pastry.
so here's the, as long as he can, and I'm totally open to having some booths with that, as long as they follow cottage.
Okay,
So that's, if you talk to them, like I had a Greek, company that used to come out to my farmers markets because they did baklava and they fell under cottage law. So it's, as long as they fall under cottage law, I think it's a great way for people to get a little bit of a taste of what kind of food each country offers. But they have to figure out what could they offer. And it would be nice if they could do sweets, because that's probably going to be the easiest thing that falls under cottage law. And mainly what that means is that it can't be anything that has to have it has to be able to be kept at room temperature. If it has to be cold, then you're in a whole nother, where it has to be temperature checked and you have to be inspected, and that gets into a whole nother thing we don't want
Commercial kitchen.
to get down.
Yeah.
Yes.
okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
And you may have some people who aren't necessarily cottage law, but they have their own manufacturer's license. Well, if they have that, then that would apply as well, because they've gone through all the processes through the state. Like for an example, I would say salsa. A lot of times salsa, they have their own manufacturing license, or beef jerky would have their own manufacturing license. Now, when you get into sampling, that changes everything too. So we don't typically open that can of worms or.
Do I need to direct them to you?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be great.
Perfect.
All right, let's see. Oh, and I did have one other question for you, Jenna. When you did talk to the gentleman, was he open to doing a demonstration for a pinata, or?
You know, I just went in and I thought that the kids will be,
Oh, smacking it?
yeah, but do you want him to show how they're made? I noticed you had that on.
Well, we had talked to him at one time before and had wanted him to come out, and it was just too busy of a season for him, because I think that was in September.
September.
So it would, if that was something he could do, that would be great if it was an option, because I think it's fascinating what they do.
Yes,
Who's your pinata person?
ABC party on, it's in Bishop Arts. First I had to go buy Emporium Pies and buy a pie. But he was not there.
Okay.
So the lady I spoke with was amazing, and but she was giving me the prices and some ideas, and yeah, I think, and it's interesting, when I walked in and told her who it was, she goes, "We've been wondering why we haven't heard from Farmers Branch in a while." And I
Yeah.
thought, how sweet that they love us.
Oh,
you know?
we're good business for them.
Yeah,
So-
she said, and she was like, "I'm so
Yes.
excited." Yeah, I said, I think there's just been other things that have been going on.
Yeah.
I feel like if you just got like a pinata for the kids to hit, like that would. I feel like that might not be like the best plan for like the event, just cause like it might get too crazy, and then you'll have the pinata like doing that, and then it'll, keep you going.
Do you
Or
want,
maybe like towards like the end of the event.
Oh, I thought was put it on display all day, and then we have a published time of when the kids could come and,
yeah,
fill it,
yeah.
fill with
That
candy.
way, yeah, that way, right, when you like open, it's not like poop, it's gone,
Oh,
like.
no,
Yeah.
it'd be on
Yeah.
display throughout the day and then published time. Yeah.
Maybe $600 for pinata is a lot.
What?
600, yeah.
It's a big-
It's huge.
No,
It's massive though.
It's a big
It's,
pinata.
it's a globe. It's the world. Yeah.
Oh, it's big,
huge.
and it's
How do you like?
Well, the one that we had
Maybe we
custom made
keep that.
for,
And we have to make a smaller one.
Was-
I mean, not too small, of course, because maybe that $600 we want to kind of cherish for the next event.
no, we spend it or lose it. It's kind of thing. Nothing carries over in city government.
So so that would be something that you would work with Anna in her area too, because one of the things we have to take into account when we've done the pinatas before was, making sure that you have enough volunteers, that you have a roped off area, so nobody gets hit. And then you have to figure out what ages are you okay with?
Right.
Cause you get 12, 13-year-olds up there,
Exactly.
they're gonna break
Going
it.
after it.
So I would keep it for your younger children, and be one of the last things you do.
And if it doesn't crack, then, we have. Yeah, we'll get one of those 12-year-olds. Okay.
You already know.
I thought my screen went like.
The tallest, that usually works out. So all the young kids get together and then the older ones come in.
I love that. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, we have done this, yeah.
And does the $600 include the candy?
No, no.
Have you,
See you guys and be like,
It's
have you been to the place?
down in, opposite on the Jefferson?
No, it's off of,
Is it the one that did the Bernie pinata and they made a big deal?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
so,
Davis.
I don't know, he was not there, it was just ABC party, went in and spoke to a wonderful lady, did a little shopping, all of it.
They have a lovely store.
Oh, it's so much fun.
There's so much fun things in there. So we will have to budget for the candy. We need to keep
Yes.
that in mind.
But I'm sure they, or maybe Amazon will have a better price.
no, we get the candy from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do want that specific candy type.
Especially if it's representing their culture.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They'll make a
They've
custom
done-
sized pinata for you.
We had one at our Christmas event a couple
And a
years ago.
star.
We had to have a parks trailer go down and pick it up.
Oh, my
Because it's in a closed trailer. It was so big. And then we ended up giving it away and the little girl, when it
It was her birthday.
was her birthday, and she won it. We did a contest because the event got canceled that year. So what do we do with this 6 foot, 7 foot pinata that we bought all this candy for? So we did a contest.
They had a coloring contest, a
And
coloring
we pulled that
contest.
trailer in front of her house. She was over there on Valwood. Parks truck's here. We pull that thing out and we're like, all right.
Get it in the front door.
We're like, can we get invited back to this party? That was a fun time.
It was fun. It was fun to do that. So now we.
So
Yeah.
don't forget, I kind of going through the day of March 23rd, with the event starting at 11 a.m. A lot of the setup will be done hopefully on that Thursday, Friday, depending on weather. Our parks crews will be out there setting up, getting things ready. Where it becomes the challenge is the decoration. That becomes the weather contingent and just how much, as we say, the food stuff, that takes a lot of time. With the event starting at 11 a.m., that puts a very small window. If there is bad weather, if things like a pinata can't get wet. And so, but our guys will do a lot as much as they can on Friday, what makes sense, depending on if there's good weather. But that's a short window on Saturday morning. I mean, we'll probably be getting there, us, by 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Just because, you've got to think about it. If I have a booth there that I'm setting up display, I got to be there. We're going to want you off site by 10:15, your vehicle off site. So it's an early morning. So I say that so all of you can start kind of thinking about that morning. I mean, it's going to be by 9 a.m., I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need help checking people in, food vendors and food truck or the marketplace. And, depending on, I think about running the backstage, getting those groups starting to line up and coordinating with so it's going to be an early morning. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there now.
You already saw that coming.
So, by 9, we'll have breakfast for you guys, obviously lunch and dinner. So again, we appreciate all you're doing, but it's go time. It's going to be a busy day. We have 2 more meetings planned. We did put on the, task force that as it got closer, we may need to increase the frequency of the meetings. I don't know yet. Well, because the meeting in March
It's the
is
11th.
the 11th. And
Mhm.
so if that would only be one more, that's 2 weeks off the event. We may meet, at the office or something. I don't know if we, working through the rec staff and getting everything, if we had to pull a meeting together, we'll just have to play it by ear. Just kind of keep
And
Monday, the 18th
yes,
as a possibility, just for
yes.
one last run
And-
through, one kind of going through, okay, last final check. But that's kind of a tentative, but definitely on the 11th.
Yes. And just out of curiosity, are any of y'all available during the day or can you only do an evening meeting? If we had a meeting on the 18th, could it be in during the day?
I can do it, Jay.
Can y'all do,
When's spring break?
it's the week of the 11th. Yes. And wait, is your spring break the week before?
Spring break is the 10th through the 16th.
Okay, okay. So can other people do a morning? Can you do morning
Yes.
on the 18th?
I would be able to because from March 11th to the 10th, so 40 minutes of Ramadan.
Oh, that's right.
Fasting.
Okay,
So evenings and then the sun sets, and that's when you break off fast. I mean,
okay, okay. All right.
Well, we'll see where we're at on March 11th, and just if we feel good, and if it's just a matter of, working off, doing the side meetings and doing the on the side, we'll just kind of put that in the back of your mind on the 18th.
Is it possible to do visit over the event, just to kind of get a visual of
Absolutely.
Sure. It's a great
Um,
idea.
In fact, we may do March 11th out there.
Okay.
When's the time change?
Yeah.
So,
I am too, and I even though.
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
March 11th at the.
I'm thinking, I'd have to check with them because they've got wedding, they're starting to, just to kill two birds with one stone, if we could just meet out there and then.
I
meet in the
I need to double check
Ladonia
the
house
Wi-Fi
or not
too out
Ladonia,
there.
the bathroom.
Ladonia.
I made March.
Yeah, thank you. I get them all mixed up. Yes, by then we will have I think we passed out that site map that first time that just kind of had the conceptual of where we thought things were gonna go. I mean, our plan is to, use the parking lot at the historical park for performer parking. And the idea is to use the brick path
March 10th.
as a way for all the performers to
Time change.
congregate behind the stage. The stage will sit between the general store and the gas station facing south into the meadow. And the groups will have tents set up behind the stage, probably a 40 by 40 type tent, or where it'll be partitioned off. So you could have dressing rooms in there, changing rooms that groups could come out, and then your faces walking up the back of the step into the stage to perform. And then using the brick path as for parking so that they could exit out the east side of the park. If they have to park along the brick path there, but using that parking lot, and mainly the event takes place in the meadow. Everything south of the brick path is kind of, with the exception of the restrooms, is for back of house, so to speak. Now, whether we go far into the meadow, I think that was the idea of the cricket, still in conversation with that group. I'm hopeful that can come together, but, keeping it clustered so it's not so, if you came to the Christmas one, kind of keeping it like that in that area there. With food trucks kind of spread around, the marketplace, that depend on electricity, but that's kind of what we're thinking. Let us, Jan, figure out when a site visit might work well. Yeah. Mark, entertainment committee, I may send y'all some groups to follow up with, because I'm at the point now, it's just cold calling. Because I'm not getting responses on emails. I just got a list of people that I may be sending y'all.
Jane?
Yes, yeah. If that's all right.
Yeah, I feel it, yeah.
So. 7:00. Anybody have any last minute words as we wrap this up?
Did you want to send?
One more comment regarding the video number 2 on the map, this place Vitruvian parking green and bigger font size. So we can remove that.
Yeah, I saw that on there. Vitruvian you can see Vitruvian on there.
Oh,
Is there a way to
Oh, okay.
airbrush them out,
Airbrush.
Photoshop them out?
Photoshop them out.
Menu.
and we're using it's Google Maps, and he was looking into removing some names on there. Yeah.
Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your time in doing that. That was
Well,
very much.
again, thank you all. We appreciate it. A lot's gonna get done in the next month or two, month and a half, as we just start formalizing and getting the groups lined up and everything, but it's gonna happen, coming together. Thank you all. We appreciate it.
We need a motion to adjourn.
At this time, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second? And second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Cool.
looks like there's bags of chips and stuff. Take home.
It's gonna go fast these next couple of months.
I'm at a point now where
Oh, did you?
lots of. Did
You got, does that take you a while to adjust?
So a low response rate now.
Holidays,
Yeah.
everything, you know, after Thanksgiving, everybody's checked out.
Yeah.
I just sent you a copy, but this coffee guy that I used in the past, and he's got this whole mobile thing, and it's probably cold. It's actually good, to the.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Yes, there is. There is.
Okay, so I think
Maybe in 2025. But yeah, because those,
I think I saw one design at like a marsh and this is.
Yeah.
there is a sister city and it's over in Europe.
Yeah, one year, British.
Yeah, there were, and we were going to do like a 75th anniversary party that we did a few years ago. I brought that up. They wanted us to buy half the town. And yeah, it was like, wait a minute, we're just letting them, they wanted us to have like formal invitations into the here in the council of the city and invite them over. I'm like, smoke and we're just saying. I mean, it kind of got quickly escalated. So, but yeah, it makes sense to do. I mean, we may not just have time. I mean, I think I'm kind of, as we're getting closer, I'm like, okay, we may just have to.
Yeah. Just passed by today, I saw that.
I know, we got it, but I've been here 5 years. We've seen the farmers working. I've never seen one time where they.
No interaction.
None. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just, maybe somebody just decided to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, just email me that when you have it and I think we can figure that out.
I mean, I would say I'm at 100.
Yeah. And then take out, so would the Tenaya, and be
Well,
taken out of that?
no, I don't know, because I'm new to the city,
Okay.
because, you know, we've got.
I like that.
Site decor,
I like that. That's a good
I got signage to
You saw like the solar city.
Yeah, just keep me posted.
Too long before you start to
Well,
blow.
I need
So
to,
you shorten that
Right.
and then take the pictures.
you and I can hub up more, because I want to basically her, give Anna a number,
Okay.
So that-
she can start,
But it's-
and then say, okay, don't worry about it.
We're gonna picture.
Or
You know, combination.
I gotta give
And
it
then
to
the music.
her, it's okay, how much?
I think
The clips on, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, when he loaded it that time. It was I'm running on the door, I gotta go, and he loaded that.
Yeah, I said I'm sorry.
So on the,
Obviously, he doesn't know what you're talking about, so apologies appreciated, but not necessary.
Like 30 different things.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just we, it's just.
Yeah.
I'll look at it, just like I was talking about.
So I can just tell my community about this coming event. I just want to know, so if, I know like my neighbors from different countries, if they want to have a meeting to visit. So good. There will be video for that.
Yeah,
So normally they pay a fee. So just have them, if you would, have them reach out because because one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to have organizations because they're more likely to than the people who say, I want to come, and then that's the reason why we put a post on it. But if they have if there's a group of them,
It's gonna take.
then I think we.
Yeah.
Because I don't want there to be a culture
I
where we
wasn't
can have
even
representation
knowing
not because they all have
like her idea with the
established.
volunteers from like.
Yeah,
Florida
yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
that was an
right,
option
yeah,
to
just
do.
like, for example, I was just thinking like, cultural displays, because I just went back to China, and I know several Chinese families, just
I mean, maybe
along
they
my
could help out with
street.
like game
Yeah,
demonstrations.
So I
and
just
things
like, if I
that.
talk to
Not
them, we
necessarily
may just
things-
come up with some.
Because you guys have.
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, let's have
So,
some.
okay, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
We got it. Okay. Anyway.
Bye, good night. So I don't wanna, I don't wanna overstep my bounds. Because I'm not gonna take, like, but do we wanna start creating like, something like, because you guys do this all the time. Okay.
Like you were, you touched on, I shouldn't know, or you.
I gotta kind of figure out.
It's like musical groups, I think, you know, people that are involved in different music.
I mean, I have, it's coming together.
Okay.
So you like a group, that I like them like.
Now that I know that, okay, that was probably not going to happen, then I need to take it out of the.
That's good, though, I mean, you know.
Then I'm
you're-
starting to go look through the
You know,
rules
you are
of
everywhere.
when they check it, when they want to perform, when they can't perform. So I'm starting to build that.
I'll jump on that.
You want your thing back?
Yeah, let me show him tomorrow so I can yell at him and say,
Yes, who's available.
Yeah, I didn't get an email because I sent, did you see my last email where I asked if you wanted to bring your computer, then I was gonna let you present it because it.
yeah, I was in a meeting